Okay, we're back. We are back. It's our second hour. The Mobile Lakers are playing tonight at 6:15 at the Rec Center. We are playing the Clippers, and this is the only team that has actually beaten us, and we almost beat them last game. I think we're going to get them today, so tune in for that. Be ready to watch that. So
with Coach Donovan Sadiq.
Yes, with Coach D. I have my nice drill instructor hat when I coach him and stuff like that because I wanted to be a military operation. It's really, it's really fun. But
military is life.
Right. I mean, but, I teach fundamentals because fundamentals is like life. If you don't know how to do anything and you weren't taught how to do anything, you're not going to progress.
Right.
So if you have the fundamentals, then you could work that base from there. So, so there we are. So Max, you were talking in conclusion of eating healthy. Tell us about that.
So here's the deal. I'm not telling anyone to completely take out everything that they enjoy because then you would probably hate me, hate life, and be really unhappy, right? I'm just saying, especially like older people, you're not trying to like get a six pack or whatever like that.
Yes, I am.
Right. Like, don't let me place limitations on your vision for your life. 70 with a pack, like that's dope, right? But here's the deal. If you just know that your doctor's already let you know, or even if you're just smart enough to make the decision on your own, couple of tips. Plan ahead. So don't wait till you're getting off work at 5 p.m. to figure out what you're going to do and go to the store and buy it. Simply just write out a menu for the week, grocery shop on Sunday. If you're real serious, you can meal prep for your house, right? Especially as a single bachelor, right?
Yes.
So you can meal prep for your week. So that way, when you get home after a tiring 15-hour day, you're not like, oh my fuck, like I need to just go get whatever. You could just be like, oh no, I'm going to go get my meal prep that's in my fridge, and you're gonna save money because I'm a college graduate now.
Unless you're buying Herbalife.
No, I'm joking. Don't let them play you. The average person is spending $10 a day to eat.
No. I'm gonna say this: if you want the results that you need to get, you're gonna have to pay the price. That's anything you do. If you want quality, you got to buy quality.
Right, like organic food, higher quality food. Right.
Exactly.
I always tell people them Jordans on your feet and that Louis on your arm,
and that Starbucks you're getting every day, 3 times a day.
Covering your stomach that you really don't want.
Right.
You'll pay the $400 for the Louis. Right. It was on sale. It's usually $1,000. Right. But it's covering the stomach you don't want. But anyways, I'll go in on that.
Right.
But definitely. So plan ahead.
Okay.
Grocery shop 1 day out of the week to make sure that you have everything that you need. And if you're not going to meal prep for the entire week, just know, like, okay, this is our menu, and just get your entire family involved. Make it fun. So then one day, like, we do carrot fries. Oh my gosh, we love carrot fries at my house. It's a super big deal. Or, just find something that everybody likes. And then on Saturday mornings, we do waffles. Okay. So, something fun. The whole family's there. Oh, my mom makes a killer pancake. So it's enough balance throughout the week. Like, healthy week. Nice, fun, carved out Saturday morning. I'm going to go pound it out in the legs and put it to use. So it's really just about healthier choices overall while still enjoying, because I love cherry pie. But for the next 14 days, I will have no treats at all.
Okay.
Get fine for your Valentine.
Oh, there it is. There it is. The winter months are off, so people are looking to shed those pounds.
Yes! And if you're looking to shed, gain, sculpt, tone, girl,
yep, absolutely.
Hit me up.
Absolutely. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about Max. She is an ASU graduate, Arizona State. So I always got to put that in there. And
Go Sun Devils.
Yeah, and she graduated this last fall. So, she's living her dream. She's, doing her thing.
Right, and I'm utilizing my degree, guys.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
Right.
How many people could say that?
Right. Like, it's really, I literally just put that together the other day. Like, not only am I doing this, which is... Politics is out of my norm, so that's why I be quiet sometimes, right?
Like a young person.
Never quiet, right?
Like a young person.
But I'm super excited to bring in Set It Up with Max, March 19th.
Yes.
And 19 is my lucky number, so look at how God did that.
Yes.
But literally utilizing my mass communications and media studies degree.
Right, and and
in my own way.
And don't be surprised you hear Max on one of the major labels like K-Day or something like that later on, because you have the energy to do that. You really do.
When I was younger, that was my dream, and then somewhere it fogged off. And then I met you.
Yes, it's still a dream. Right. It's still a dream. You can still do that. Right. So that's great. That's great. Well, Max, we're not done with you yet, Max, but Dee.
Yes.
You are in the community. See, look, Dee always looks at me suspicious because now that I got the handcuffs off of me, I'm going to ask her some questions. Well, what everybody wants to know is, okay, for those of you guys listening, Dee has a show on Sundays, and she goes live Facebook. A lot of viewers. I was there. I checked in. I checked out. Something's wrong with my internet. Matter of fact, I gotta go router modem thing because Time Warner's now. What's it now? Spectrum or something? And so it's messing my thing up. And that's why I can't go live here because it's still messed it up. But anyway, a lot of viewers there. You were talking about this weekend. What were you talking about? It was
wow. Oh, we led off with Emmett Till.
The Emmett Till thing.
Emmett Till, the 14-year-old back in the 1950s who was murdered by two white men because allegedly one of their wives said he whistled at him and said something sexually, inexplicit or whatever to him. And so now she's admitted, which, come on, we already knew.
Right.
She admitted that she lied.
Where's the outrage? Where's the outrage? Later, NAACP, where's the outrage?
Right. She lied about it. So the question we had was, what should happen to her? Should she, face charges? And if so, what should happen to her?
Wouldn't the statute of limitations run out on
There is no statute of limitations.
For murder?
Murder.
But she didn't murder.
Well, she led to the murder. She perjured herself. Okay. Committed perjury, basically, which led to the horrific murder of this little boy.
Well, come on. She's in her 80s now. Let it go. You black people are always...
you do hear that, but what happens when they find Nazis who are in their 80s and 90s? They hold them accountable.
No, the Jews hold them accountable.
That's what I'm saying. Well, the Jews... hold them accountable. So why should this be any different? I mean, that case literally started the civil rights movement. Right. It was said that as Rosa Parks was saying that she's not getting up, that she had Emmett Till in mind.
Rosa Parks. Hey, I got off many a time. Everybody talking about Rosa Parks. Anybody but Rosa Parks. Well, she ain't the only one that ever did anything for no white folks.
It was her time to shine.
There it is. And I actually got a chance to meet Rosa Parks when she came up to Alaska to speak.
Oh, wow.
To the whatever organization it was, but it wasn't the NAACP. But anyway. And you know what was so sad? She didn't speak at the NAACP. And I know we were saying, why are you harping on the NAACP so much? Is because the NAACP, in my opinion, this is Donovan's opinion, this is not Dee's opinion, anybody's opinion, they run its course. That's what I believe. And I'm going to show you how shiesty the NAACP is. Okay. Rosa Parks, a galvanizing figure in the civil rights movement, not my era, my parents' era. They had her pay for her own ticket to come up to Alaska. That is a fact.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am very serious.
Rosa Parks, mother of the civil rights movement?
They made her pay for her own ticket to come up to Alaska, and everybody in Alaska was outraged.
I have a perfect phrase for that, but I won't use it.
We are on the internet.
I mean, go ahead.
Freedom. Donovan is very familiar with this phrase that I use quite a bit.
Yes.
I won't use it here.
You fish-eye fool!
I just died.
So, but that's actually what happened up there. I mean, it was outrageous that happened. And from that point, I knew the NAACP was not for me.
Well, you say that it's run its course. I don't know if it's run its course. I think it definitely needs to be revamped. The mission from where it first started, which, there's a lot of controversy with that too. People say, well, white people started the NAACP, so there's some kind of monkey business going on. This is a conspiracy theorists say. But it totally has left where it started from. Right. It's not even recognizable.
The biggest problem with the NAACP is these baby boomers and these post or pre-baby boomers are still in charge, and they don't know what to do nor where to go. And I'm going to give you a better example. There's a video where Bernie Sanders is in front of the Supreme Court dealing with what this Trump guy is doing about the immigration thing and, the Muslim ban. You got Nancy Pelosi sitting right next on a photo op to Bernie Sanders. Now, remember, she was with Hillary.
She wasn't feeling the burn.
She wasn't feeling the burn. But now that Hillary has shown her ass, it's a photo op. This lady has lost how many houses, how many governorships under her tutelage. And then here she is, still in power. The Dummycrats. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. So
yeah, that's a huge problem as far as a lot of organizations. I mean, as you know, you have CNN on right now. I know they can't see it, but I'm looking at the Trump administration, and they're all, well, for the most part, older white guys.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Guys. A businessman is what we need in this country. Do you realize? And I'm going to show you how dumb the trumpeters are.
Is that the name for them now?
Yeah, the trumpeters.
Okay.
This is how dumb the trumpeters are. Mm-hmm. When you look through history, and I know a little bit about it, you look through history, some of our worst presidents were businessmen because government does not operate like a business because we don't have a product.
Or how about if you're a businessman with a bunch of businesses all over the world? I mean, aren't you going to kind of be self-serving?
That is exactly what I'm talking about. Right. Warren Harding, recent history. Administration was wrought with corruption. Now, him personally, no, but he brought his buddies in who took advantage of the situation. And Warren Harding's administration started the Great Depression under his policies. Now, 8 years ago, because Wall Street was unrestrained, had a massive crash. Now, Obama comes in, he didn't prosecute anybody, doesn't do, so you got the Dummycrats and you got what do I call them? The Republic criminals or whatever I'm calling them. But the point is, now 8 years later, here is Donald Trump talking about we need to release the regulations. That's what got us into the situation before. Right. It's just crazy. It's just a crazy thing. But outside of that, I saw something on Loop Productions recently. And
what did you see?
Well,
you're also friends with the page.
Yeah, I'm friends with the page. Yeah,
okay.
And I know you're friends with the page too. Yeah. I mean, you got any news with them? Have you heard anything?
No, not lately. I haven't. I think I've seen that they're doing a model,
right,
a male model show. Yeah. I think it is now.
Yeah, I think to me when I saw it, it reminded me of a Fox show that's out. Black Magic. She has a show, Black Magic, with the male strippers.
Yeah, you know what? Unfortunately, I don't watch a lot of TV.
Right.
So,
yeah, she doesn't watch a lot of TV. So. Yeah. But you make a lot of TV, no? A lot of news. You make a lot of news, right?
Yes.
But moving forward in your career, as you're going around the Inland Empire, we're going to the Eloise Reyes thing on Saturday. I think that's going to be a great thing where she's going to have a thank you party for everybody that helped her get elected. Have you heard from Cheryl Brown?
I haven't seen or heard anything. I mean, I talked to her.
No. But you see what I'm saying? These people who sell their souls, then they disappear.
Well, you said she had how much money at the
end? $6 million.
Oh, hell. I mean, she probably
over $6 million.
Traveling the world.
$3 million alone was from Chevron.
Jesus.
And I don't even see the publication of the Voice newspaper because it's not the Black Voice newspaper. The Voice.
Yeah, I see. I think I followed the page, but I haven't seen anything from the Voice at all. So I don't.
I mean, they bought in. They're out. Ching out the door. Yeah. So
look, people trying to live life.
Well, yeah, but you shouldn't live life at the expense of other people being left behind, and that's one of the biggest problems we have in the Black community.
I was gonna say that just Black people.
Yes, it's Black people. I mean,
Latinos move together.
Well, like I said, like Victoria Baca or Hader, the point is she knows how to exploit her people.
Well, and I can go on and on forever about Black issues.
Yes, you can.
A lot of times we like to say, Black people have these issues and that issues, and we do.
We do.
And a lot of it is by our own hand, but a lot of it is systematic.
True.
So, it's like we can't separate the two. Like we say, it's time for us to stop blaming the man. Yeah, it is. It's true to a large degree, but we've seen oftentimes when we've unified.
When? Well,
you look at after Jim Crow, for instance, after slavery.
No, that's when Black folks had some sense. No, we're talking about now. We're talking about modern.
You asked me when.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
So after Jim Crow, we had a lot of communities and towns and all that where we
that's
were
when we
conducive,
had sense.
cohesive, all of that.
And we were motivated to do it. Guess what? Okay, you get off my property. You're no longer a slave.
Well, what else are you going to do?
Right, exactly.
You're going to be a slave,
right?
Or you're going to be a sharecropper,
right?
I mean,
I mean, there was a motivation to move forward.
You figure during the hardest time ever for black. See, we think it's hard now for black people, but back then it was hard. Like you say, either coming back on the plantation
or get out, get out there and make it on your own. We don't
lynch you when we see you walking around trying to get whatever the case is. So they had to,
do what they had to do. Right.
Now, what happened during Black Wall Street? During Black Wall Street in Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah. They were prospering and the white folks said,
Right. And the only time that they said that bombs were used in the United States on their own citizens. So,
well, we aren't considered citizens.
Well, right.
Yeah.
But the point that I'm making is, so it's not like we don't have the ability to unify. But it's like more than likely whenever we do.
Wait. Here we are in the modern age. Tablets, cell phones, social media.
Right.
And we're not unifying. Ratchetness is alive and well.
Here's the deal.
Okay.
Sorry. No. Right. I just know a little bit about social media.
Okay, go ahead.
Right. Black Twitter is a real thing.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely. Black Twitter will take you to task.
I just don't think we have enough people who are interested in being good black citizens.
Exactly.
And I largely disagree with that simply because, again, I'm going to go back to everything, especially with black people, it's systematic.
True.
Black people we see $1.3 trillion coming in and out of our community every year, and we give 97% of that back. Mm-hmm. So, basically, we're consumers and not producers.
And we talk about that all the time.
So. Right, we do. And so, and like I said, I don't watch TV, but a lot of the stuff that we have on TV is to keep us lullaby, keep us asleep.
Well, like I said, I'm so sick of watching Scandal now. I'm so sick of Empire. But how many? Why are we putting in our heads? Oh, be a rapper. You got a whole generation of black men that are at home talking about, I'm going to the studio. They head right into the closet. To record their demo.
But for real, somebody was like, I'm going to take you on a date.
Right.
Oh my gosh, so sorry. But this is like a crazy story. He was like, we get to know each other. I do music. And I was like, whatever. I'm into music. So I wasn't really into his music. He's like, I'm going to take you to the studio.
Right.
This is my first time being told that. So I'm like, okay, for sure. Let's go to the studio.
Yeah, right.
We really was at Cal State Fullerton in somebody's dorm. Never again.
Right.
Never. I need to see pictures. I need pictures and the address before I go to any studio.
Right. I want to see Sony on there, something like that.
And there's, as we know, there's a lot of black people, black artists who have become big
successful.
time.
Yeah, started
selling MC Hammer out of his trunk.
Or Easy, we're Southern Cal. Easy.
Master P and all these other people. I don't know where they're at now.
P.
But
boy,
I'm retarded.
I feel like there's nothing wrong with doing that if it should be productive. And if you got something else going on now, like if you're 45 years old and you're still trying to get your mixtape.
Wait a minute. I'm trying to get my mixtape out there. Why are you talking about
it? You can do that. Okay. You're not relying on that for to feed your family and all that other stuff.
Local rapper, easy plug, Radio Go Ham.
Okay.
Radio Go Ham. I don't necessarily know him, but I do know that he makes his money doing artistic things like rapping, and he's really local to Moreno Valley, and Moreno Valley residents put him on an AVMLR. That's wrong, but they was real focused and they really went for it. But that's so
rare. It's very
rare.
Right.
And I support people wanting to do their craft.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Great.
Absolutely.
And if you want to push it.
Right.
But I'm gonna need you to have some sort of float of money.
Right. Now, but
I'm on a broke nigga diet.
Right. But here's my thing. When we talk about black unity, Beyonce announced she's having twins.
Oh my God.
Everybody heard about it.
Well, the thing is, we're very distracted in that community. And we like to be entertained, which is why you raised the question of Empire and Scandal and all those things, because it's entertainment to us.
Right. But why is it that we're always doing the underhanded thing, or the guy selling drugs, or he's got the gun? And
unfortunately, you take the movie Birth of a Nation.
Yes, I know.
We tore that apart.
Right.
Made the issue about Nate Parker. But he's made all these other movies before Birth of a Nation. So Birth of a Nation is something important that we needed to see.
And nobody went and saw it.
But, you have Moonlight. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that movie.
Yeah.
And Birth of a Nation.
I'm a big movie connoisseur. So.
Both out at the same time. Moonlight is slated to win the Oscar, which is a movie about black homosexuality.
Right.
You have Birth of a Nation who,
black homosexuality is largely booming. And
I saw the movie. And I didn't listen. I don't have a dog in the
comment.
fight as far as homosexuality. I know I'm straight, and that's all I'm concerned with. I saw the movie, and I didn't see the point.
Right.
To me, the movie could have been made about a straight couple or a straight. I didn't get the point.
Point of the movie.
So here you have this that's going
the agenda.
Of course.
Right. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So a lot of times we say, "Oh, black people this, black people that." It's way bigger. Like the Emmett Till thing.
Right.
I firmly believe that she's a distraction.
Sure.
Like, why after 62 years is this lady coming out and saying that I lied? Like, what is the real motive behind? What are we not supposed to see that's going to happen?
It could be that, or and I say this all the time as a Christian. I really am happy for those that get a diagnosis of cancer or something coming. I mean, I want them to die.
Right.
But the thing is, I'm happy for them for the fact that because they know they might have a limited time on earth, they can ask for forgiveness and prepare. Whereas if I'm walking down the street and I get hit by a bus and I didn't repent, it might be curtains for me at the end of the day.
I mean, that could be a motive as well.
Yeah.
I just think it's something bigger, though.
Yeah.
Ain't no way in hell, after 62 years, am I going to admit to doing something so heinous?
Right.
It's not like you admitted to jaywalking. You admitted to, one of the
Murdering
most
a
horrific
child.
murders in the United States. Have you guys seen his body?
Yeah, I've seen his body.
I mean, so look what these people, I mean, they didn't, see, a lot of times people think, when you lynch somebody, they're just getting hung.
No.
But they did everything under the sun to this little boy.
They mutilated him and they could cut off his genitals. Right. Yeah. And
you lie.
And then the sad thing is, and unfortunately, our Caucasian brothers and sisters, it's part of their history. They would bring their children to see this, and not just to scare the kid. This is what you do in a situation like this, and they were teaching their kids that.
I had a conversation with a brother. He lives in Mississippi, where this took place. He said they would put publications out that they were getting ready to do this to somebody, and people would come from different states
and counties,
to see a lynching. So
absolutely, yeah.
And then, but not to cut you off, but before I finish, you see these photos of lynchings, and you see the kids, and they're watching, and they're enamored by the whole thing.
Right.
The question is, where did those kids go?
Right.
They're now adults.
Well, they're in the police.
They still think that same
Well, they're
way?
in the police department.
Exactly.
They're in the fire department.
So here you have the question, black people this, black people that. It's deeper than we think.
But again, to cut this portion off, the bottom line is, instead of being victims, we got to start participating and start doing ourselves and get involved in those things.
SOS. Save ourselves.
Yeah, save ourselves. We got to start. Start joining that police department. Start making a difference. Get involved. I mean, like I said, I ran 33% of this city, Daryl, is black. I don't say African American. That's ridiculous. I'm a black person of whatever descent.
Yeah, I'm black too.
Yeah. But yet we have no representation on the city council. Now, and you look at most of the cities in the Inland Empire, there is no black representation. No. Overall.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you put them all together, we have like almost minuscule representation.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Yes, young one.
Is that because of a lack of creating value around being educated about politics? Because I know that my father likes CNN and it's on.
No. And I'm not blaming young people. It's just a phase you go through. You guys are so busy trying to get hooked on life and get that job and do what you're supposed to do that you're in the, I call it the matrix.
Right,
you're in the matrix. And you're taught that way. And I hate to say this, I don't mean to say it negatively. It's ignorance. It's just straight. You're not, at this phase in your life, you're not thinking about that. Now, when you can become 30, 35, and you're getting up there, right? And you're looking at the future, your retirement and stuff.
But
that's when you start.
It's worse now for them because we didn't have social media.
Yeah.
We had to go to the library.
Yeah, you guys have no help.
Research,
right? And so I will say, I'm getting all the CNN alerts on my iPhone. Thank you, Apple.
But see, the thing is this though. Now, because CNN is good. I don't watch TV.
Yeah, I don't.
But I do take the time to educate myself. Like I'll see something on Facebook. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah,
check your sources.
Research, and to finish this off, I know you're trying to figure out. Like the lady who Carol Bryant, the lady who lied about Emmett Till.
Yeah.
You know who her nephew is?
Bill Clinton.
He's the governor of Mississippi.
I was close.
To where she lives.
Yes.
Phil Bryant.
Right.
Is he going to hold her accountable?
Of course not.
He's also been lifted.
But even if they did, he's going to give her a pardon.
That and the fact that Trump was looking at him to be Secretary of Agriculture.
Yes. Right.
So
Right. It's
right.
all.
And how many people know that?
Right.
Not a lot.
But see, this also goes back to where ratchetness and I'm not like blaming anybody, but I'm just saying you're a single mom by choice. 70% of black women are not married. Multiple baby fathers, whatever the deal is. You're so busy raising a family in the matrix that you're raising ignorant children that don't know who they are. Because mama's too busy putting weave in her head looking like Bozo the Clown.
Well, see, here we go. That's a whole
That's a whole nother show.
Oh my gosh.
That's a whole other show.
I'm about to come in here with 22 inches of straight Malaysian glow.
And there's nothing wrong with that if you can afford it. There's nothing wrong with that. But when I'm at Winco, like today's the first. I will not be going to Winco until next week.
Well, and the whole stereotype of the black mama welfare queen is.
Oh yeah,
that's
not real either.
No, it's not.
But
it's not.
But
it came from your boy Reagan.
Right, but no. But I'm going to say this, and I've got friends and family members, whatever the deal is, and I'm not trying to put anybody down. Mm-hmm. I've got family members. Okay, it's tax time right now.
Right.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Tax. And right. Me and Max were talking about that last time. I mean, you were talking about it, D. Okay. I've owed the IRS for every year for a long time.
Really? Which means you're making a lot of money.
I'm making a lot of money. That's a good thing.
Hey,
a good thing. Right. You see what I'm saying? But see, we're conditioned to limit ourselves. Oh, I want to get my check back. That's the problem. Right. No, you want to owe the government. You're balling out of control if you're owing the government. But that's the mentality we put in generation.
You learn about investments and stuff. You may not owe any money.
Right. And that's true too. Right. And I'm going to bring this up. I was recently outed.
You might want to explain.
I was like, you're not gay.
No. Hey.
You're just tall and lean.
I am happy all the time. Okay? No, I was recently outed because I give $1,000 scholarships every year, and I do it quietly because when I was in the military, somebody in my unit was giving me $50 a month.
Wow, nice.
And I remember until this day, I did not find out who it was. Mm-hmm. But I remember, because everybody saw me struggling, I used to walk to work and stuff, and I was just, going through it, whatever
Not
it
no
is.
more.
Well, yeah, hey. I got my degree, whatever it is, and I remember one of the last notes that person gave me, it said, when you, are able and capable,
return the favor.
Continue the thing. And like I said, I got to remember, I was in a unit full of all white guys. I was probably the only way. I think there was 2 or 3 of us, black guys in there.
Yeah.
And those guys, they weren't doing, what I was doing.
They didn't need the scholarship.
Yeah, I was doing stuff. But, so I was recently out of doing that. And the girl that I sponsored this year, she's going to law school. She wants to be defended law school. And funny thing was, she was my classmate's daughter.
Oh.
Phenomenal. And I never thought about doing my classmate because people say, well, why aren't you doing your kids? I love my kids and everything like that, but see, they are my children.
Right, that's not scholarship.
And I'm not.
That's a bill.
No. I'm not saying that they wouldn't appreciate it, but they wouldn't appreciate it in a way that somebody.
Well, they've already benefited from you, and to some degree still do. So,
and then it's just a bill.
Right, exactly. But I was outed because I usually do that secretly because when you see that person, they don't know where they're getting this money, and it's not a lot of money. It's only $1,000 for the school year.
It's a lot of money, somebody
but for a college student, it's a lot. So those of you that are listening out there, especially in Black History Month, and the only reason I'm bringing this up is because it's Black History Month. And when people look at me and they say, oh, Donovan, he's a loudmouth, he's a troublemaker, he's doing this. You don't know what somebody's doing behind the scenes. Right. And what I'm saying is, if it works for them, it should work for us. Right. So if you're in a position where just that little, it was $50 a month.
Mm-hmm. Right. You can send it to my PayPal.
Right. But that $50 back in those days meant so much to me. Yeah. It really did. So moving on from that, Mr. Moreno Valley, Daryl Terrell, the immigration thing that Donald Trump has just now implemented.
Oh boy,
are you for or against it?
Against it.
And could you tell us why?
For one thing, it's based. It seems to me this thing is based on a religion. I mean, this country is founded on freedom of expression, freedom of religion, and to say as well the countries, but to single someone out because of the religion it's not good. It's wrong.
But
absolutely wrong.
But he's trying to keep us safe.
Well, yes, but the thing is too though, we have a vetting process that we have that's
Bell.
Right, I was like, that was bad.
And
Bell is farting again.
I was like, that was
the vetting process. Okay, we have a vetting process, But to single out the
She's a well-fed dog, by the way.
or being a Muslim or
Right.
whatever. What's next? Who's next? Because some, well, he ain't gonna do Christian, but Muslims. I mean, because to keep us safe, all right. But that's still wrong.
Wait. How does that keep us safe when 7 of the countries that he identified had nothing to do with 9/11, has never attacked this country?
Well, that's the whole point. But based on religion,
and then there's no
wrong.
Trump assets in those countries. So isn't that kind of a coincidence that he's doing that?
Yeah, it's wrong.
And then he fired the attorney general who did not want to enforce that law.
Remind me of Nixon.
But there's a lot of, here's what's funny. A lot of my Hispanic brothers and sisters and people, they're all for it.
For banning.
Yeah, they're all for it. But if they're going for the Muslims, then they're going to go for the Mexicans, and then they're going to go for so-and-so and so and so and so.
That's why I said, are black people being distracted?
Right.
Well, that's the thing about the big issue about immigration itself, though. Mm-hmm. It's like, people coming across the border, then you, without documents, and you got people waiting years and years, and they finally become
right. I'm for legal immigration,
and I'm for that too. Mm-hmm. And for the fact the system is broken, but the thing is okay. Building the wall, will that stop all this?
No.
Will it stop?
70% of all your illegal people that have come to the United States have come through airports, and they've overstayed their visas. That's a fact. Why would Mexicans coming over here is at an all-time low because there are no jobs here. The jobs are being manufactured in Mexico. The wall is being built to keep us here.
Well, that's what you just said. Because people are coming here for jobs, a better life for their families. Okay.
No. The jobs are over there in Mexico.
No, I'm talking about. Yeah, it's not done here. Yeah,
there's no jobs here.
But that's the whole thing. If things will, I guess it's a two-part. Is that Mexico has to do something about their own economy to build it up, but it's so corrupt over there.
Right.
Then they try to come here.
But I'm going to cut you off. But do you know Mexico has a bigger middle class than the United States?
I did not know that.
They do, because the jobs are over there. The corporations are building the stuff over there, so their middle class has been growing. Ours has been wiped out. We don't even have a middle class anymore. So, but you were saying something about the sanctuary city, the sanctuary state. What's that about?
There's a SB, I think it's 53 or 54 that Senator De Leon is trying to make California a sanctuary state, which will say they will have no contact with law enforcement. So basically, when people, it's like when they had before, when you have police officers were asked, do you have your papers?
Right, where's your papers, boy?
Yeah, where are your papers and things like that. But the only contact that someone would have, I put it this way. If you came to this country illegal, what I call not going to the proper, and you committed a crime, then you should be deported.
Right.
That's plain and simple. You should be deported. If you're a felon, you should go because you should leave this country. You should be deported. But the thing is too, but you have other people who have not went through the process, and that's the problem. You got people who have gone through the process who's trying to get it. Cost them thousands of dollars to be. Then you have other people that come in. And what does that say to people who went through the system and say
right? But if okay, I'm here legally. I got family members that are coming in. They can't afford to come here. I can't afford to get them, so they get here by whatever means necessary. Then what do we do?
You can't. That's a big. You cannot. The big thing. The overall question was you cannot deport 12 million. That'd be
right. 11 million people. Right.
That's crazy. But you got to find a path to citizenship.
Okay.
And I agree with that.
Okay.
But the felons, deport them.
Right.
Get them out of here.
Right, because Mexico is sending the felons.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. I could agree with that you should deport folks that are illegal, have committed crimes, and they're in our prisons. They should let go. And if there's a communication problem if they're in the county jails and
why are we paying
it's not there. If they're not knowing they're gonna let them out, then they go out there and kill somebody. That's wrong.
Right.
And so there has to be communication. But again, if they committed a felony, they need to get out of here.
They need to get out of here. Exactly.
They just gotta go.
So, Maxwell, what do you think about that youngster?
Here's the deal.
She's like, who's president?
No, right now. So it's so funny about, we talk about immigration in my house a lot because my entire family's in the, my mother's a social worker, my father and sister and aunt all work for Riverside School District. And so the Latino population is very large.
Right.
And so I agree. If you are an illegal immigrant, you are here causing ruckus, and you are caught, why should we use our
taxpayer
money
dollars
to jail you? Take your ass back and do illegal stuff
But then they keep coming back in.
Well, great. And we're going to keep sending them back.
Okay.
You know, why don't we have some... We could, so don't let me say we don't. But why don't we have some sort of communication with them and we send them to their law enforcement?
Why don't we just do this? This will stop without even building one.
I thought you were about to say kill them.
No. Well, that's a military solution. But this will solve it right there. If you've never put into the Social Security system, you shouldn't be allowed to take out.
Right.
Okay. So a lot of people are coming here for the benefits and whatever the deal is. If you're not an American citizen, you shouldn't be able to get any benefits.
Right, because some American citizens can't even get benefits.
Exactly.
That to me is unfair.
No, but think about it.
And I think it's like Big Brother America taking care of people, but we really have people here. Like, I used to work for Starbucks. Still love Starbucks.
Yes.
No hatred for them. But to me, the huge, like, we're going to hire immigrants. Like, there's black kids who've been applying to your store after store, and you won't hire them.
Right.
And I know that because I would refer some of my friends.
Right.
You're not getting hired.
Well,
we won't hire you because your name's Shaniqua. We're not going to hire you because of your dreads. We're not going to hire you because of this. But you're going to go out of your way just to. It's tough. It's a money thing.
Yeah, of course it is.
And you're going to go out of your way just to look good as a company.
Right. And then you also got to penalize these employers who are hiring these illegal people. But Dee is sitting here looking like she's ready to bust out. So Dee, what is your take on Mr. Trump's immigration process and what's going on?
You know how I feel about this.
No, I don't.
I just feel like it obviously is all about money. And to address your point about Starbucks, if black people had their own Starbucks, we can hire our own people and we wouldn't need to keep, begging for a job from...
Starbucks has taken that entire...
market.
Gone. But again, black people... See, $0.3 trillion.
Right.
So, and we drink some coffee. I'm sure we're spending some money on some coffee. So we are investing.
And if we're buying Air Jordans, which I could never understand.
Right.
I went to the low income area. All those kids over there have $300 shoes on, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, you're on Section 8.
Our priorities are messed up, to say the least.
I don't understand. So,
but
the money's there, like you said. The money's
there. We're consumers. We're not producers, and we need to change that around. But to address your whole thing about the immigration thing, you know how I feel about it. It's obviously about money. And who's making the rules here?
Right.
White people. White people have no shade to white people. I got white people in my family, so I just want to put that out there.
Right. We're losing.
Keep it real. They're making the rules here.
Okay.
They're illegal. So how the heck you gonna tell somebody they're illegal and they can't come over here and do this? Hell, the most criminals are at the White House.
Right.
So they telling, Trump is set up and lied to people. Oh, the Mexicans are building a wall. We saw a picture of Vicente Fox and the new president flipping the bird. We ain't doing this, okay? Right. So since they ain't doing it, y'all gonna do it. We're going to reimburse you. No, you're not. You're not going to send me a check.
Because by the time it's done, our generation would have died out, and that bill is still there.
Here we go, talking about illegal people lying and all this other stuff. Hell, you got the criminals, and Trump's wife is illegal.
She's illegal.
I have a problem with that. I have a problem with us telling people, hell, whose land was this first?
Who left the door open?
Who did it belong to first?
Right, that's true.
I do get that.
Right.
I can resonate with
that. It wasn't ours in the first place.
Right.
It belonged to the Mexican to some degree first.
Well, when speaking to Trumpeters, I'd be on Facebook, and you know me, D. I'm not a Democrat. Nor am I a Republican. I've always been an independent. To me, everybody should be independent in this country. But they were talking about the Indian tribal land, like, they went to 30 meetings and the Indians didn't show up.
Right.
And and I said, okay,
so you gonna take it?
Right. Yeah, and that's what I said. So I said, because I didn't meet my neighbor at the fence, and he wants to move the fence line because I didn't show up.
I moved it for him.
Right, he's going to move the fence line. You still got to go through a court. It's still my property. And so they were telling me, I said, well, the issue is the corporations don't want to move. The Indians have already said, just move it over there. We ain't got no problem.
But you're not going to keep taking stuff.
Right, but they're saying just move the pipeline. But the corporations don't want to do it because it's going to cost millions of more dollars to move it around. And it's about the water table. So the person sent me this text that showed the corporation map. I said, no, go to Geological Survey map.
Right.
And I kept telling them that. They kept saying, no, this is the map. I said, no, there's nothing more official than Geological Survey. Am I correct?
Right.
That's the United States mapping institution. Right. There's nothing more official than that.
I'm in agreement. So I was like, he's looking at me crazy.
They're telling me fake news.
Well, that's equivalent of somebody reading a meme on Facebook and saying, "Oh, it must be true."
No, but everything is fake news.
Go deeper.
Right, but everything is fake news.
I agree. Now, if it's the alternative facts.
Exactly.
Thank you. If it's not what you say, it's the truth, and then there's your truth.
Right. Like credible sources like the Wall Street Journal, or I tell people, well, if all the networks are reporting this, I'm not saying it's true, but I'm saying the Wall Street Journal, the Chicago Tribune, they're all printing this stuff.
Right.
These people don't want to be sued for libel and stuff like that. But now everything is fake news. Oh, that's fake. But yet your source is gooblegopgopgoo.com.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if with these Trumpsters, it's just like these are facts.
And you got a lot of them who are saying that Michelle Obama is a man.
Right.
Was born a man. It's like
the
that
total
is just
disrespect.
So stupid to say,
disrespect.
But they believe it.
Right.
Right.
So I mean, we have a lot of problems and stuff like that, but. The thing is, we started this show to get information out and get people to think. And, we want to hear your feedback and stuff. I know I've been cursed out a couple of times. I blocked you guys. I keep doing that. But where I live is public record. So you got a problem with me, you're always welcome to come to my door and we can talk about it.
Well, I mean, are you going to have a show where you tell people what they want to hear? Or are you going to tell them the truth?
I'm all about the truth.
A lot of times people don't know that what you're saying is the truth,
right?
Because they're so used to hearing something else,
right? Or what they want to hear,
right? Exactly.
So a lot of stuff. But Daryl, as we're getting ready to close up, what's happening in the future? You're going to be at the City Council Tuesday.
Yes, I am going to be there Tuesday.
And is there anything on the agenda that we need to look forward to? Or I think they're just going to ratify the election going forward and get ready to do that, stuff like that. So, but you are going to speak on the.
Well, I'm going to speak. This is my judgment. What I want to talk about is the fact that even though what's happening in Washington, don't get discouraged or lose hope, because they don't control our destiny. Like you said, Donovan, we can write our own destiny down here in Moreno Valley. So we need leaders to stand up and say, hey, we're going to stand up with you regardless of how you came to this country or how much money you have or what your religion. We're going to stand up for you. Right. And that's what the kind of message I want to give to people.
Right on.
Is to let people know that immigrants have contributed a lot to this country.
Absolutely.
And we need to stand up for them.
Right.
And that's what the city needs to.
Okay. That sounds good, Max.
I support that. Oh, my last thing.
We got one more minute. You see what I mean by young people?
Be spectacular, own the moment, and Max out.
Max out. Max so much. Like I said, you bring so much energy to the show. And D, that check, I will get that to you today.
I know you will.
Look, she's been looking at me all day. Like I owe her money, and I did. But again, this has been the Hot Seat Radio Show. We have a lot of fun here. You guys, again, just do your homework. I know a lot of people are scared out there. We have to stop peddling in fear. We have nothing to fear but fear itself. Just do what you do, move forward, and what's going to be is what's going to be. If you think what President Trump is doing is right, then continue to keep thinking that. But a lot of us think that ain't the way to go. And in a democracy, the majority is supposed to rule. And right now we have the minority ruling. But that is the pure definition of fascism. And that's what we have. So deep.
I absolutely agree with you. And I think people should get comfortable with knowing the Communist Manifesto. It speaks to exactly what you're saying. The rich, the bourgeoisie ruling, and then you have the people like us who are like
the peasants.
We got the majority
the serfs,
here.
Right, the serfs. So this has been the Hot Seat Radio Show. Sean Fortine, Mr. Bruno Valley, Daryl Terrell, Mighty Max Thomas. We're going to hear from her a little bit later on tonight. And executive producer Dee Coulter in the house. So we're going to be talking with Dee. I'll get you that money, please.
I won't hurt you.
Okay. Get me my money. All right, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks. It's been a great show. We'll talk to you guys later. Like and share on Facebook. Bye.
Yeah.